This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed about data loader and how to use the data loader to perform the export operations, how to export the data from the object through data loader, and how can we export the records from the object along with deleted records also by using export all, and how can we differentiate the records which is from the object, which is from the recycle bin, how to differentiate those objects we have discussed. And then we have discussed about inserting the record inside your object. How to insert the records inside your Salesforce object through data loader, and how to prepare the CSV file. In that CSV file, how to place the recorded data. And once the data is available inside the CSV file, then how can we map the Excel sheet columns with your object fields with manual, with automation, and with by using SDL file, service description language file. All these three scenarios we have discussed. So how to do the manual mapping, how to make this automated mapping by using map with the existing options here, like as automatically Salesforce will map. And the third one, we have mapped the fields manually by using drag and drop options. And then that mapping data we have stored inside our local system by using .sdl file, service description language file, and how to use that SDL file in future in order to do that mapping automatically. We have discussed in the previous session as well here. Now, today we'll see the remaining operations of data loader that already we have identified. Data loader will support 7 operations, and we have discussed export, export all, and insert. These 3 operations we are done in the previous session. Now we'll see the remaining 4 operations and we can close it off. And then we'll move forward to some more new features. So let's see how can we update the records inside your object. So updating the records means what? Already I have created some records inside my object. Already I have created few records inside my object. Now I want to make some changes in the record values. For example, we have stored some customers' data inside my object. Some hundreds of customers' records are available inside my object. Now, recently, some of the customers has changed their mobile number. Some of the customers has been promoted to the next level also as part of their designation. Some of the customers has been moved to some different location, so their address has been changed. Their email IDs has been changed. So at that time, how to update this data inside my Salesforce object? So in future, how to modify the record values? Generally, what we have to do, we have to go to the respective objects tab. For example, if you want to modify a record, inside your account object, then we have to click on this accounts tab. Then automatically all the records will be getting visible. Click on the record name. The record data will be visible to you here. And then click on edit button. Make the changes whatever you want and click on save. So these are the 4 steps are involved in order to update a record with a manual mechanism by using page layouts. So click on this accounts tab, click on the record name, click on edit button, make the changes whatever you want, click on save. So the data will be updating back to the database. If you want to make the changes in second record, open the second record again. We click on the record name, click on edit button, make the changes whatever you want, click on save so that we can update. And then one more, and then one more, and then one more. So we can update only one record at a time. We can update only one record at a time. So not only, okay, one, in some cases I want to update multiple. How many? If it is 5 records you want to update, then we can go with the manual mechanism. Go with that Salesforce object and then open each record separately, make the changes whatever you want, record by record, record by record, record by record. Because I have to modify only 5 records, so very less number of records are there. We can spend some time, hardly some 2 to 3 minutes of time, we can update each record one by one. Suppose if you want to update hundreds of records, thousands of records or lakhs of records, at that time, will you do this process manually one by one, one by one, one by one? No, we can't do that. If I'm doing with manual process, then it will take some more time. It will kill your time also. So for that reason, I don't want to update these records manually by my own. I want to use the help of this automation tool given by Salesforce, that is data loader. Through the data loader tool, I would like to update this n number of records in one shot. Up to maximum, how many records we can modify? 50 lakhs records we can modify. That means 5 million. So we can modify the multiple records at a time. Then how to modify these records? Now let's see. Whenever if you want to update these record values, whatever the records you are going to update, those records data we have to place inside the CSV file. Prepare this a CSV file. In that CSV file, we have to place the data which you want to update. Now, for example, so this is the CSV file. In this CSV file, we have to place the data, whatever the records you are going to update, and place that record in new values. Place those records new value. Now, in this case, the most important point is whenever you are updating the record inside your object, inside this CSV file, compulsorily we have to pass the record ID. Record ID will be mandatory here. Upon updating the record, compulsorily we should have to pass record ID. Without the record ID, Salesforce can't update your record. Based on the name, it can't update. Why? Because is with the same name, multiple records may be there inside your object. So at that time, in which record you want me to make these changes? It will be a conflict. It will be because the confusion. So in this case, to avoid such kind of problems, Salesforce is expecting the record ID. We have to pass the record ID, either 15 characters ID or 18 characters ID. Any one of the record ID we have to pass upon updating the record. So while updating the records inside your object, CSV file must and should have the record ID. Without the record ID, your data cannot be updated back to your database objects. Then how can we update these records? Now let me show you with the practical use case. Okay, understood the concept here? Now, so in this case, we are updating the records. Upon updating the records here, for example, I have this CSV file. This CSV file is having some 5 records are there. There are some 5 records which I want to update. I'm passing this CSV file to the data loader. I'm passing the CSV files to the data loader. Data loader is going to be interacting with your Salesforce object. It is interacting with your Salesforce object. Whenever it is updating the records inside this object, first record has been updated successfully, second record updated, third record updated, fourth record failed. Because I have supplied some wrong data inside this for one of the field. There is an email field is available, but I have given some wrong email ID values. The format of the email ID is wrong. It's my mistake. It's my mistake. I have entered some wrong email ID format of data. So the record has been failed. In this case, what will happen? Will it cancel this a whole update operations of these records? No. Simply it will skip
No.
this record. That means it will be ignoring this record. It will continue with the remaining records. So out of these five, four records are processed successfully. One record is failed. Now tell me how many output files it will generate now?
Four.
Output files. Output files. Two files. Okay, two files. What are those two files
Success
here?
and
Success and
error.
error. Success
Success
and error.
file and error file. Right. So now, upon performing insert operation, upon performing update operation, upon performing upset operation, and then upon performing delete operation, it will generate two output files. While exporting the data, while click on export all, it will generate only one file, not multiple. Okay, success file and the error file will be getting generated during insert, update, upsert, and delete. In the remaining cases, only one file. Okay, clear? So once the update operation has been done to indicate what records has been updated, what records has been failed to process, it will be indicating with the help of these two files. One is the success file, second one error file. Clear? Now, let's see how can we update the records inside your Salesforce objects. Now let me show you with the practical. Now, make a note of this one. Update operation. By using this feature, we can update multiple records inside the object by assigning the new values for the required fields. By using this feature, we can update multiple records inside the object by assigning the new values for the required fields. We have to supply the recorded data in the form of a .csv file. In the form of a .csv file. Upon updation, we have to supply the record ID inside the CSV file. Inside the CSV file. Upon updation, we have to supply the record ID inside the CSV file. Once the update operation has been done, then data loader will generate two output files. First one is success file, second one an error file. First one is success file, second one an error file. Done? Now, let's see how can we update the records inside your Salesforce object through data loader and how to prepare this a CSV file. Now, let me show you with the practical. Let me go to my Salesforce arc first. I'm going to my account object. So in the previous session, I showed you how to insert the records. Like for the data loader test account 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 15 records we have inserted inside our object. For these records, we have indicated this annual revenue value and the billing state, phone number, type, and everything. We have supplied all these values as well. Now, I want to update the annual revenue value as some 85 lakhs for all these 15 records. For all these 15 records, I want to update this annual revenue value as 85 lakhs. And then I want to update this state as, okay, state as Kerala. For all these records, I want to update the state as Kerala. And then I want to indicate the city as some Trivandrum and the country will be the same, okay, India. And along with that, I would like to update the type value also, okay, type value also. Then how can we update these records? Now let's see. Whenever if you want to update the records inside the object, along with the record data, compulsorily we have to pass record ID. We have to pass record ID. That is must and should. Okay. Without the record ID, record cannot be updated inside your object through data loader. So while passing the record ID, we can pass either 15 characters ID or 18 characters ID, any one of these. It's not mandatory to have always 18 characters. If you have 15 characters ID, that is also sufficient to update the records to do the operation from Salesforce provided tools. If you are using any third-party tools, then compulsory we should require 18 characters ID here. Okay, now. So now let me go to the CSV file. I'm going to this data loader extracts. So this is the success file which has been generated by Salesforce in the previous session. So this is the recorded data that we have. And now let me take this data over here. I would like to prepare one more Excel sheet. Now, so these are the total 15 records are available here. These are the record IDs of those 15 records. Now I want to update annual revenue value. Okay, annual revenue. Next, I want to change this industry. Industry name. Type of the customer. I'm giving the annual revenue as some 85 lakhs. Okay, 85 lakhs for all these records. 85 lakhs. Industry name here I'm indicating as some energy. For all these records, I'm changing this industry as energy. Type I'm indicating as customer direct. Type I'm indicating as customer direct for all these records. Next, I'm indicating this value. Billing state name, sorry, billing city. Billing city I'm indicating as some Trivandrum and the billing state. I'm indicating as some Kerala. So this is the value which I'm going to be updating here. Okay, I want to update this data. So these are the 15 record IDs are available. For your easy understanding, I have given the record names also here. These are the names of those account records. This is the new annual revenue value I want to set. So here I'm indicating as, so now the current CTC. I'm giving the different name for this particular field over here in the Excel sheet. I'm giving this industry name, type of the customer here. I'm indicating customer type, billing city, and the billing state. These are the values. Clear up to this one? You know that familiarity with the Excel sheet, right? Now, same concept here, same Excel sheet. So just place the record ID here. So now once the data is available with you, which you want to update, save this file with the extension .csv. Click on File, click on Save, go to the location where exactly you want to save this file. I'm indicating this extension as comma delimited options. I'm giving the file name as accounts update.csv. I'm giving the file name as accounts update.csv. I'm updating the account records over here. Now my CSV file is ready. Okay, accounts update.csv. So once the CSV file is ready, then let's start with the data loader and perform the operation. I'm using this data loader now. Click on update operation. So now let's log in into the data loader first. Click on login. Now done. Now click on update button. Select the object in which you would like to update the records. I want to update these records inside my account object now. Select the CSV file where exactly you would like to, okay, you want to collect the data. This is the file where exactly I have placed the new data for to update my account record fields. Accounts update. Click on next button, which will be indicating the number of records available inside your file. So it is initializing that CSV file. It is indicating the confirmation. Your operation will contain 15 records. Yes, the count is correct. In my CSV file, I have placed 15 records. Click on OK. Now let's do the mapping. As part of my CSV file, these are the fields are available. These are the columns are available inside my CSV file. So it is clearly indicating file column header. That means what? This is the Excel sheet column header because billing city, industry name, ID, account name, and the current CTC. We have this billing state and the account customer type. So this is the data that we have. Now let me do the mapping over here. Click on create or edit a map. Click on auto match fields to the columns. Automatically it is mapping here. So whatever the Excel sheet column names and object field names both are same, it will map those fields automatically by default. Suppose if the Excel sheet column name and your field name both are completely different, then we have to do the mapping manually by our own by using drag and drop. Yesterday we have discussed practically also. Now this is a billing state. This is a field value I want to store inside the billing state field. There is a billing state field. These are the object field names. These are the Excel sheet column names. Just you can do the drag and drop option and you can do the mapping. Current CTC, that means what? Annual revenue. Go to this annual revenue field, just you can drag and drop. Customer type, that means the type field. Go to the type field, do the mapping here. Industry name, I want to map with that industry field here. Just you can do that mapping. Okay, now I'm done with mapping all this Excel sheet column names with the object fields. So once you are done, now click on OK button. Clear up to this one? Same, yesterday we have discussed, nothing different. Now we have mapped all these fields. Click on next button. Now it is indicating we are going to be using ID field as to recognize the record data. Now select that location, target location, where exactly you want me to place that output files. So now I would like to choose the same location here, SFDC batch 361 data loader extracts. Click on finish button. So now it is giving the confirmation to you, the warning message. You have chosen to update the existing records. The action you are about to take cannot be undone. That means what? Once the records are updated, you can't cancel that operation. That operation will be fixed. So you can't make it reverse back. It's an irreversible operation. So you want me to go ahead or not? If yes, click on yes button. Now I want to go ahead. Click on yes. Now it is performing this operation here. Now it has given the confirmation to me. Your operation has fully completed. There are 15 successful updates and 0 errors. All the 15 records has been updated successfully without any failure. So it is indicating there were 15 successful updates and 0 errors. All the 15 records has been updated successfully. Clear? Now let's see. Click on OK button. Now let's go back to this data loader. Go to this folder. Now we can see the success file. This is the success file generated by Salesforce. So this is the based on the date we can differentiate. This is the yesterday's success file here. Okay, 512. This is today's success file here. Now, double click on this file. Now we can see this. It is giving the confirmation. These are all these 15 records has been updated successfully. How do we know? At the last, it is adding one additional column called as status column, which is indicating what kind of operation that you have done on this record. So it is indicating item updated. That means the record has been updated successfully. Clear? Understood the concept now? Next. So this is how we are going to be updating the records inside your Salesforce object through data loader. Clear? Now let's go back to your Salesforce R. As of now, for these records, we are having this annual revenue as 29 lakhs, 35 lakhs, 57 lakhs, like that. For all these records, we have updated the annual revenue as 85 lakhs. Just to refresh this user interface. Now it is indicating 85 lakhs. For these 15 records, we have assigned the annual revenue as 85 lakhs, and we have given this a billing state as Kerala. Billing state as Kerala over here. And then we have updated the type as customer direct for all these 15 records. So the same data has been updated back. So it depends upon the values which we have supplied, the data has been updated over here. Clear? Now. Next one. The next operation is upset operation. Now tell me, what do you mean by upset? What did you understood with this word upset?
Both update and delete. Both update and insert. We can insert as well as we can update. Both things can happen parallelly.
Right. So as of now, what we did, we have inserted few records inside the object by using a separate operation. Then we have updated the records, okay, in a separate operation. That means both the operation we have performed separately. Insert separately, update separately. But in some cases, there is an object, okay, inside my Salesforce R. It may be standard, it may be custom, whatever it might be. So inside that object, there are some records are available here, which I want to update. There are some existing records which I want to update. Along with update operation, I want to insert few new records also. Okay, in the same object, I want to update some existing records. I want to add some new records also. Both the operation we have to do. Then generally what we will do, we have to perform these two operations separately. Insertion separately, updation separately. But instead of doing both the operations separately, we can do both the operations in one go. In one go, we can perform both the operations, insert and update. That's what here Salesforce has given an operation called as upsert. Upsert is nothing but the combination of both update plus insert. Update plus insert. That's what they have given the name here. So now this is up and then this is insert. So they have combined this both the words into a single operation. So by using this upsert operation, we can perform both insert and update operation inside that object. Now, please observe the point here. Sometimes we can raise a question. Sir, I want to update these records in account object. I want to insert these records in lead object. Will it be possible through upsert? No. Upsert operation will allow us to perform both the operations in same object, not in different objects. Both the operations will be on same object. This update also in account and the insert also should be in account. Then only it is possible to use upsert operation. If both the operations are on two different objects, upsert operation won't support. Clear? Now, so in this case here, whenever if you want to update the records and if you want to insert the records in the same object, then we can go with the help of upsert. Now, so in this case, what needs to be done? Now let me explain. For example, I'm having my object. So this is my account object. This is my account object. I have a data loader tool. I have a data loader tool which is used to perform both import and export operation. Now I have some records which needs to be updated. I have few records which needs to be inserted. For example, there is a CSV file, like as some file one .csv, which contains some 10 records, which needs to be updated. I have another CSV file, like as some file 2 .csv, which contains some 4 records, which needs to be get inserted. So total 14 records. 10 records needs to be updated, 4 records needs to be inserted. Then I want to perform both the operations in one go. For that reason, what needs to be done? Whatever the records are available in both the files, I want to merge these records into a single file. I want to merge these records into a single file here. Like for example, file 3. So now, whatever the 10 records are available here, 10 records plus 4 records. These should be updated. These should be inserted. So total 14 records I'm placing inside my CSV file. Once the records are available, then we are passing the CSV file as input to the data loader. We are passing this CSV file as input to the data loader. Now the data loader is performing operations. It will update this 10 records. It will insert this 4 records. Total 14 records operation we can do in one shot. That we can do. Clear up to this one? Now here I have a small question. So now I have placed 14 records inside my CSV file. I'm using this operation upsert. I'm using this operation upsert. That means insert plus update. Now in this CSV file, whatever the 14 records are available, from those 14 records, how this data loader will know these are the 10 records which needs to be updated. These are the 4 records which needs to be inserted. How the data loader will know? Based on what? Record ID, right? Exactly. So now based on the record ID, it will differentiate. because that already told you upon inserting the record, we are not passing any record ID because record ID will be generated by Salesforce. So we are not passing any record ID. Whenever if you want to update the records, compulsorily we have to pass record ID. So the records which are having the ID, those will be considered as existing records, and this data will be updating back to your database. The records which doesn't have any record ID, those will be considered as new, and these records will be inserting into your object automatically. So by using with one go, we can perform both update operations and insert operations inside your same object at a time. Clear? Now, so once the operations has been done, here also data loader will generate two output files. It will generate two output files. First one, the same story, success file. Second one, it will generate a error file. These are the two files will be generated by data loader. Clear? Based on the record ID, it will differentiate the records to while performing these operations. Okay, understood the concept now? Next. Now, make a note of this one. Observe. Because the similar kind of passion we are going to do in development also. But here we are using Excel sheets. There we are using collections. That's it, nothing else. Same operations we'll do over there also here. But through programmatically, by writing some piece of code through Apex programming, we'll do these operations. Okay? But here we are using the tool, but there we are not using the tool. Through that Apex programming, by writing some piece of code, we can do these operations. Okay? Now, upset operation. By using this feature, now, by using this feature, we can perform both update and insert operations inside the object at a time. By using this feature, we can perform both update operation and insert operations inside the object at a time. That is, we have to place all the records inside the CSV file and supply the file as input to the data loader. Now, data loader will differentiate the records based on the record ID. If the record contains ID, then it will update the record to database. If the record contains the record ID, then it will update the record to the database. Else, it will insert the record to the object. Once the operation has been done, then it will generate two output files like success file and error file. Done? Now, let's see. So how to perform both insert and update operations inside your Salesforce object at a time by using the subset operation. Now, let me show you with the practical. So now let me take my Salesforce arc. I'm having this records are available. I'm having this records are available. For these records, I would like to do some updation. Few records I want to update. Few records I want to insert. Let's see what needs to be done. For example, there are some two records are there, like as a data loader, test account 1 and the test account 10. These two records I would like to update, and along with I want to insert 5 more records inside my object. I want to insert 5 more records inside my object. Now let's see here. Let me take that CSV file. So now let me take the CSV file because I need that older data which we have. So now I want to update data loader account 1 until 5. For example, these first 5 records. Remaining records I'm deleting here. Okay, now these first 5 records I would like to update. I'm changing the rating value as wow. I'm changing this rating value as wow. I'm giving the industry as consulting. For all these 5 account records, I'm giving this industry as consulting. Annual revenue value as 67 lakhs. Already it is having 85 lakhs. Now I'm updating this value as 67 lakhs. Type I'm going to be updating here. I want to update this value as some prospect. And the ownership I'm indicating as public. And then, so now the billing city I'm indicating as some Pune, billing state some Maharashtra, so I'm updating this data over here. Priority as high, active status as yes. Now the account number value I'm giving the same. I'm not changing anything over here. I want to make it as same. I don't want status column. These are the values which I'm going to update. I'm updating the rating value, industry value, annual revenue, type, and the ownership. Along with I'm updating the billing city, state, and then these are the data here. I'm not updating the remaining. Now, along with this, I want to create 5 more records also. Okay, I want to create 5 more records also. Here I'm indicating the name as bulk account. Okay, bulk account test. Bulk account test 1. I want to insert 5 records here. I'm not placing the record ID because whenever if you want to insert the record, ID will be generating by Salesforce. Don't pass the record ID. Now, I'm passing this name as bulk account test 1. You can give any name, whatever you want. Different names you can provide. As Ram Kumar, Suresh Kumar, different names you can provide, no problem. Rating I'm indicating as hot. For all these 5 records, I'm giving the rating as hot. Here I'm giving this industry name as, for 3 records, I'm giving the industry as some banking. Remaining 2 records, finance. Annual revenue, I'm giving this value as some 49 lakhs. Here also 49 lakhs. But the remaining 3 records I'm giving like as some 64 lakhs. Type I'm indicating as channel partner. I'm giving this ownership as private. I'm giving the contact number. I'm giving the contact number. The same contact number I'm placing as the fax number also. Billing city I'm indicating as some Vizag. Billing state some Andhra Pradesh. And the country as India. Priority as high. Active status yes. I'm giving these same values. For all these 5 records, I'm giving the same city, state, and the billing country, priority, and active status. I'm giving the account number as so now CID hyphen 600 okay 819 This is the ID here. I'm indicating this value. Website I'm indicating as www.somesalesforce.com. So this is the email ID which I have provided, website name. This is the data. Now I'm having this data inside my CSV file. These are the total 10 records I have placed. From out of this 10, 5 records are having this record IDs. 5 records doesn't have record IDs. So total 10 records I want to perform the operations. First 5 I want to update. Next 5 I want to insert. Clear? Now. So now once the data has been available inside your file, now let me save this file. I'm using save as. I'm saving the file inside my location over here. Accounts upsert.csv. I'm preparing the file with the name accounts upsert.csv. Now the file has been prepared. Let me close the file here. Now this is my file where exactly the data has been placed. Total 10 records are available. 5 records needs to be updated. 5 records needs to be inserted. Total 10 records. Okay. Now, so let's go with the data loader tool. Click on upsert operation. Select the object name in which you would like to perform the upsert. I'm selecting the object as account. In this account object, I would like to upsert the records. Click on browse button. Now select the CSV file where exactly the data has been placed. So now this is the CSV file where exactly I have placed my total 10 records. Accounts upsert. Click on open. Now click on next button. So now it is giving the confirmation to you that this file contains 10 records. Yes, the count is correct. Because I have placed 10 records inside my CSV file. 5 records to be inserted, 5 records to be updated. Click on OK button. Now it is indicating it is using this ID field in order to differentiate the records. Upon updation, upon insertion, it will be differentiating the records based on ID field. So here we can't make a change. This will be fixed. Click on next button. Now do the field mapping. Okay. Now we can map that fields. Click on create or edit a map. Auto match fields to the columns over here. Click on OK. It is mapping only these fields over here. Remaining fields are not yet mapped. Then how can we do this one? Now the remaining fields we have to map it over here. Active status. I want to pass this value to active __ C field here. Yesterday, have we prepared any saving SDL file? Yesterday, right? Now let me do that save mapping file. So now click on choose an existing map. I'm selecting this SDL file which we have prepared. Click on open. It will do the mapping for all the fields in one shot. But ID field mapping is not there inside that. Let's do that mapping separately. Create or edit a map. Now map the ID field. This is the ID. Industry. Now I'm done with doing the mapping for these fields here. All the fields has been mapped. Now here all the Excel sheet columns has been mapped with the respective fields over here. Clear? Now click on next button. Select the target location where exactly you want me to place this output files, because the success file and the error file both. Now here I am going to be selecting this folder. Click on finish button. Now it will be giving this warning message to you. You have chosen to add new records and are updating existing records also. The action you are about to take cannot be undone. That means once the operation has been done, you can't undo. That means you can't cancel the operation. That operations will be fixed. That means the data will be committing back to the database permanently. So you can't make it reverse back. It's an irreversible operation. Now click on yes button to go ahead. So now it is performing these operations for you. Now the operation has been done. It is giving the confirmation. Your operation is fully completed. There were 10 successful upserts and 0 errors. All the 10 records has been processed successfully. Now click on OK button. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to your Salesforce subject. Already we are having the T records are available here. Now let me refresh. You will be having 5 more records additionally now. Click on refresh. Now we are having 35 records are available. Bulk account text 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 records which we have inserted now. Once you open this record, we can see the recorded data. All the field values are available as it is. Name of the record, account number, type, industry, rating, phone number and the fax, website and the ownership, annual revenue also, address information, priority and the active status, everything we have supplied with those fields, it is going to be creating the records inside your object. So the previous 5 records has been updated here, because the previous 5 records will be updating with the annual revenue 67 lakhs. Before that we have updated with 85. Now we have updated these values as 67 lakhs, and the state also has been modified, and then type also has been modified, everything. So we are able to perform both upsert operation, that means insert and update in one go inside your Salesforce object through data loader. Clear? Understood the concept now?
Yes, sir.
Next one. Delete operation. Now tell me, what do you mean by this delete operation? What we can do?
Delete the records
Delete
from
the
the
records.
object.
Right. Whenever if we want to remove the records from the object, we can delete the records from this object here. Not only one, multiple records also we can remove from your object at a time. But generally, whenever I'm deleting the records from the object through the normal delete button from your object record, the record will go to the recycle bin. It will be waiting inside the recycle bin for next 15 days as it is. Now, what about in this data loader case? Whenever I'm deleting the record through this data loader, will the record will be available inside the recycle bin, or the record will be removed permanently from your Salesforce object? It will be waiting in the recycle bin. That means your normal delete button, data loaders delete operation, both are exactly same. Even though when you go to Apex programming, upon deleting the record, that is also same concept, no change at all. The ways are different, but the functionality wise, everything will be same, no change. Okay. Even though you may be deleting the record by using delete button from the record detail page, or by using Apex programming, or by using data loader, the functionality will be same. The record will be removed from the object. The record will be waiting inside the recycle bin for next 15 days. Now tell me, through this data loader, if you want to remove some records, then what kind of information is required for you? Record ID. Can we use the name? No. Why? Because if I'm using the name, with the same name, multiple records may be available. Then it will be conflict. So it will delete all the records from the object which are having same name like this. So whenever we are deleting the records from the object, pass the record ID. Only record ID is enough. We don't want any other fields. Name field, rating field, nothing. Just we want the record ID. By using that record ID, we can remove the records from your object itself. Okay? Understood the concept now? Next. Now let's see how can we do that. Now make a note of this one. Delete operation. By using this feature, we can remove either one or more records from the Salesforce object. The deleted records will get exist, that means resides inside the recycle bin for the next 15 days. The deleted records will get resides inside the recycle bin for next 15 days. To remove the records, we just need the record ID. We just need the record ID. We don't want all the field values, just we need only the record ID is enough in order to remove the record from your Salesforce object. Done? Now let's see. So now my requirement is I want to delete 5 records from my object. So whatever the records are available inside my Salesforce object account, from these records, I want to delete these 5 records like data loader at test account 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These 5 records I want to remove from my object. I want to delete these 5 records from my object now. So in order to delete these records, we require record ID here. Collect the IDs of these 5 records from this Salesforce object. and then place inside your CSV file and then pass that CSV file as input to the data loader. It will do the delete operation. Okay, now let's see. So now let me collect those record IDs. Let me open this file. The previously opened. Now let me open that success file. So these are the IDs of these 5 records. Data loader test account to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These are the IDs. I want just this of 5 IDs over here. I don't want all the record data. I want just the record IDs. Now let me prepare an Excel sheet. Now here I'm placing this a field name as ID. Place this 5 record IDs. Collect this 5 record IDs. I'm placing inside this. Just I want this record IDs. Now, the previous Excel sheet I'm closing here. I don't want this now. Now this is the CSV file which I'm having. Here I have placed this first 5 record IDs. That means data loader test account 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These are the 5 record IDs here. I want to remove these records. Save this file now. Click on save button. Select the location where exactly you want me to save the file. Extension type as comma delimited files. I'm giving the file name as accounts delete.csv. Accounts deleted.csv. Click on save. So this is the CSV file where exactly I have placed this 5 records. Now these 5 records I would like to remove from my Salesforce object. Now, let's see. So now before that, let me show you, do we have any records waiting in the recycle bin or not? I'm going to the recycle bin. Do we have any records from the account object here? No. We have 3 records. These are lead. So let me restore these records back. Now tell me, do we have any records are waiting in recycle bin? No, it is empty right now. Now I want to delete those 5 records from my object. So those 5 records should be visible inside my recycle bin. As of now, inside my account object, I'm having 35 records are available here. So these are the 5 records I'm deleting. Data loader test account 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. These are the 5 records. Now let's go to the data loader. Click on delete button. Select the object from which you would like to remove the records. Select the source file where exactly the record IDs has been placed. This is the folder where exactly I have prepared a file with the name accounts delete, which will be holding the record IDs to be get removed from your object. So click on open. Now click on next button. Now it is indicating the confirmation that your file contains 5 records. Is the count is correct? Yes. I have placed 5 record IDs. So 5 rows are available. Now let's do the mapping. Create or edit a map. Auto match fields to the columns. It will be mapping automatically. So now based on this record ID, it will be removing the record from the object. Click on next button. Select the target location where exactly you want me to place the CSV files. That means output file, success and error. Now click on finish. Here it will be giving 2 warning messages to you over here. Let's see. Now it is giving this first warning message. You have chosen to delete the records from the object. You want me to go ahead or not? When you click on yes, it will show one more warning message also over here. It will show one more warning message. That means what here? Whenever I'm deleting the records will go into the recycle bin. But recycling bin capacity is very, very less. Recycle bin capacity is very, very less. That will be maximum of 2 MB. Suppose, for example, if I'm deleting 10 MB of size records, that means 10 MB records, like some 20 lakhs records I'm deleting, but these 20 lakhs records cannot be placed inside the recycle bin because recycle bin capacity is very less. It can accommodate only 4 lakhs records inside that. If I'm deleting 10 lakhs, only 4 lakh records will be placing inside the recycle bin. What about the remaining 6 lakhs records? Those 6 lakhs records will be deleted permanently from the Salesforce object, which you can't restore it back. There is no such options again. So even though here, that means it is causing some irreversible data loss. You want me to go ahead or not? That's what it is giving the warning message. The number of records, okay, allowed in your recycle bin is limited. The action you are about to take, okay, may cause irreversible data loss to records that may, okay, exist in your recycle bin. Are you sure you want to go ahead or not? Yes, I'm deleting only 5 records. 5 records can be easily accommodatable inside my recycle bin. So I would like to delete this one. So I want to go ahead. Click on S button. Now it will be removing these records from the object. Whatever the 5 records that we have, so now it is giving the confirmation your operation has fully completed. There were 5 successful deletes and 0 errors. All the 5 records has been deleted here. Let's go back to your Salesforce R. Till now we have 35 records. Let's refresh this user interface now. How many records are there now? 30 records. 5 records has been deleted from my object here. So where these records will be available? Recycle bin. So let's go back to the recycle bin. Do we have those records? Yes. Can we restore these records back to the actual object now? Yes, we can restore it back here. Okay, so not only inserting, not only updating, not only deleting one record, we can do the operations on bulk records in one shot with the help of data loader. These are the various mechanisms that we can use in data loader. Clear? Now, next one. The last operation, hard delete. So now tell me, what did you understood with this word hard delete?
So
Force delete.
if you permanently hard delete, it won't be
Force
placed
delete.
it will be gets deleted.
Now, as of now, whenever I'm using this delete button, records will be deleting from my object, and those records are placing inside the recycle bin so that we can restore it back again in the next 15 days. But in some cases, there are some records are available which we have identified, which are very old records, which are not referencing anywhere, which are not using since very long back. So I don't want those kind of data. As part of my data cleaning process, I want to remove those records permanently from my Salesforce object without moving to the recycle bin. Without moving to the recycle bin, I want to remove those records permanently from the Salesforce object also. At that time, we can use the help of an option called as hard delete. By using hard delete button, we can able to delete the records permanently from the Salesforce object. So generally, whenever you are installing the data loader, on your data loader screen, hard delete button will be in the disabled state by default. Okay, by default, hard delete button will be in the disabled state over here. Now, so because we can't do that hard delete operation, even though as an administrator, you can't do this. We require some special permissions to do that here. So if you want to enable the hard delete button, when you go to the data loader settings, there we have a checkbox called as, okay, allow bulk API. Okay, use bulk API checkbox. Whenever we are selecting the use bulk API, then hard delete button will be getting enabled for you. If the button is enabled, that means you can't delete that records here. It doesn't mean we can delete these records permanently. We require some special permission. That permission is called as bulk API hard delete inside your user's profile level. Inside that user's profile level, we require a special permission that is called as bulk API hard delete. That checkbox should be get selected. Then only we can do this hard delete operation. Even though if this hard delete button is enabled for you right now, you can't do that. It is clearly indicating you need this bulk API hard delete permission inside your profile label to delete the records permanently from your object. Without that permission, you can't do. But whatever the user account that we have right now, in that user account's profile, we can't grant this permission because that is purely read-only profile, which has been given by Salesforce. Now let me show you. Let's go to the setup menu. Go to the users. So this is the user that we have right now, training batch user. Go to this user's profile. This is a profile name. Click on this profile name now. When you come down inside the profile, we can grant the permissions on various features. Inside the profile, we can grant the permissions on applications. We can grant the permissions on tabs, objects, fields, page layouts, record types, general permissions, custom permissions, system permissions, administrative permissions, login IP ranges, login hours, and the session settings, password policies, Apex classes, Visual Force pages, named credentials, external data sources, custom settings, custom metadata types, communities. Okay, on all these features, we can grant the permission at one place, that is profile. In this profile level, there is a permission is available here. So now here we need to set the permission here, that is called as bulk API hard delete permission here. In the administrative permissions, you will be having the permission called as bulk API hard delete. You can go to the permissions manually also by using the scroll bar, or inside that you can able to search. Here there is a permission called as bulk API hard delete permission. But this permission is not yet enabled as of now. Without this permission, you can't perform the hard delete operation. It's a 100% common question in every interview and in admin certification 201 and in app builder certification also. To perform this hard delete, what kind of permission is required? We require the permission called as bulk API hard delete permission inside that user's profile level. In the profile, we should have this permission. Now, when I try to grant this permission, it won't allow. See, this is read only state. Even though when I click on this edit button for this profile, when I click on this edit button for this profile, when you go to that permissions, then we can't enable it. See, bulk API hard delete permission cannot be enabled here. We can't grant. So without this permission, you can't do this, okay, hard delete operation over here. Okay, during security we'll see, because during the security we are creating our own custom profiles, we are creating custom users also. At that time we can grant the permissions on that custom profile. There with the custom users, okay, login credentials, we can log in into the data loader, we can perform this hard delete operation. Okay, right now you can't do this operation here. Clear? Now, so in order to perform this hard delete operation, we require a profile level permission called as bulk API hard delete. Okay, clear? Now make a note of this one. By using this option, we can remove the records from the object permanently without moving them to the recycle bin. Without moving them to the recycle bin. Note. To perform hard delete operation, we required bulk API hard delete permission in the user's profile. inside the user profile, we should have a special permission called as bulk API hard delete. Then only we can do this hard delete operation. Till then, we can't do this. Okay. This is the way we can perform the bulk operations on your Salesforce object records through data loader. This is the concept of data management, or this is also called as data migration features. Okay. Now, so with this one, we are done with that second most important feature of configuration. Tomorrow, we are going to start one more new feature, reports and dashboards. Okay. Reports and dashboards. What exactly a report? How to configure the reports? What type of reports are available in Salesforce? And how can we create the report? How to run the report? How can we download the report data to a local device? How to run the report manually? How to make the report to be scheduled, which will be running automatically based on the periodical intervals? And how can we generate a chart component for the reports? We'll see practically as well. And then how can we represent the report data in the pictorial formats by using dashboards? How to configure the dashboards, how to customize them. Okay, we'll see practically also from tomorrow onwards. The next 3 sessions we are purely spending on reports and dashboards. And then we'll move forward to that security concept, which is a major feature. Okay. So do the practice on this feature here. Okay. The practice is very, very important. So don't make the things pending. Thank you.